Hi, I'm Bobby G, and when I'm not rocking out with my band Kevin's Crossing or on the Monsters of Rock cruise, I'm rocking with B-Rock.
Hey, I'm Steve Foster in Tampa, Florida, recording the traffic for the local radio station, and I'm checking out Rockin' with B-Rock. Are you listening? Well, you should.
Hey, this is Stevie from Australia's Wicked Smile, and you are rocking with B-Rock.
Hey guys, this is Ashton Blake from Native Sons, and this is Ghost, and we're rocking with B-Rock. Ain't that right, baby girl? Yeah, it's right.
Hey, this is Cassidy Paris from Melbourne, Australia, and I'm rocking with B-Rock.
I'm Joan.
I'm Maria.
I'm Ronnie.
And we're rocking with B-Rock.
Hi, I'm Juliet Cheryl, and I'm about to get in a hot air balloon in Luxor, Egypt, but I'm still rocking with B-Rock.
B-Rock, and I'm looking forward to fun.
Rock with B-Rock!
Hey, this is Paul Liddell from Dangerous Toys and Dirty Looks, and I'm rocking with B-Rock.
I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Jim. And we're rocking with B-Rock.
We're rocking with B-Rock!
Rocking with B-Rock!
What's happening? Oh, the old man glasses was on. You caught me. All right. Hey, we got a good one today. Pat Schumaker from the band Sic Vikki. You remember Sic Vikki? 93, they released that killer. I mean, god damn, killer album, Kiss Me in French. That is such a punchy album to me. I mean, you had some bands back then that, 80s ended, 90s started, and everybody went, eh. Well, there was some bands releasing some really good music, and Sic Vikki released Kiss Me in French, and it was just phenomenal. I love it to this day. It still stands. I still listen to it, and these guys are back. I think it was like 2 years ago I heard rumblings. These guys were starting to get things together and come back. They're back. They're out doing shows. We're going to get into it. We got Pat Schumaker from Sic Vikki. Richie Cox was supposed to join us, but he had a work thing. So don't think I advertised Richie Cox just to get you here and then, bait and switch. Psh, no. Pat Schumaker's here, bass player extraordinaire from Sic Vikki. What's happening?
Cheers, y'all. How's it going?
Cheers. I'm doing good. How are you doing? You look like you're living the large life. Sic Vikki doing that well, baby, huh?
Yeah, I'm chilling out here with some friends at the Waldorf in DC. You know what I mean? Having a couple of drinks. Gonna do dinner in a little bit. Got a dinner meeting. Yeah, you got to do the day gig too. You know what I mean? Music doesn't pay like it used to. So yeah, we're doing what we got to do.
Right. You
got to make the ends meet.
Exactly. You got to make the ends meet. I mean, I appreciate you doing this. I know there was things that come up, and I almost thought at one point you were going to say, hey, can we postpone? But no, you're not one of them. You're just like, let's do it. We got to do it. I want to do it. There's things you want to get out there, you want to talk about. So I know we got very little time, which is okay, but we'll get right to it. Sic Vikki, you guys are back. When did you guys come back, officially get back and say, hey, man, we're going to do this again?
So, like last year at some point, I can't remember the exact date, or I'd give it to you, but we, right. I ended up hooking up with Richie again, and we started chatting, and the music was coming back, and the feel for the music was coming back, and the people were digging the old rock again and stuff, and we both got out of it just because the at least this genre of music, just because it was gone. You know what I mean? The grunge thing totally killed it. We were on tour in Europe. In Asia, and then the next thing you know, it's okay. You guys need to come home. We're done. We're looking at Pearl Jam. You know what I mean, and shit like that. So
right,
it is what it is.
Yeah, and then that's what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then things like the record company wanted another record, and the guys got together and did the Street Side Picasso thing, which was produced by Steve Plunkett. He was looking for a different sound, so he totally pushed a whole different sound with the band, and it just didn't really jive. And especially with me, that's why I didn't play on it. And I like where we're at right now. We're writing new stuff. We got some got a couple new songs. We're playing, the first time we're playing in Maryland again since Hammerjacks a million years ago. So it seems like next week.
Right.
We're doing a headliner down there. We're playing with a couple of really good locals. We got the guys from Babylon Shakes coming out, if you know them guys. They're doing a bit of they're doing they're going to do an acoustic set. And we got this new band called Nitro Nitra coming out. They're an interesting glam band. I'm really looking forward to seeing them live. They've definitely got a different kind of sound. So I'm curious. Right. And I won't be wearing a suit when I'm playing, honestly.
Yeah, hold on. Hey, as long as the music's good, we don't give a shit. I mean, and like I said, and I knew you didn't play on the second album, and I was going to say the second album, I don't like to tell artists that their music didn't do it for me, but you weren't on that, and I knew it was because it was like 95 that it came out. It was in the midst of everything changing, and some of our favorite bands went back and released albums that were different sounding, and it's like it just didn't go over well. I didn't buy Street Side Picasso. I got Kiss Me in French, and they're two different albums. They're two different bands.
They're entirely it is different bands entirely. Yeah. And there are some good songs on it, and there's a couple of them that I'd like to rework and make them like rock out a little bit, which are pretty cool.
Right.
And there's if you listen to the early years, you can hear kind of like the progression of Sic Vikki. We were like really metal back in the day. You know what I mean? Songs like Hang the Bitch and stuff like that. That was really early. Right. Fast Women. That was the really early metal stuff that we were doing. And we progressed and got more and more commercial as time went on, with personnel changes and management changes and the variety of people that worked with the band. And, when we ultimately ended up doing Kiss Me in French with Steve Plunkett, that kind of like was the epitome of our sound. That was that big AOR record, you know what I mean? And had we been signed, to this day I believe this, had we been signed around the same time that Heaven's Edge got signed, we probably would have been touring together.
Right, because you guys are, I wouldn't say identical, but you got that same sound, that same punchy, they do the whole, they in their shows, they do the whole choreography. Imagine you guys do the little things too. And, you guys are so alike, so different, but so alike. You guys both got that sound that, Heaven's Edge, Sic Vikki, Saints and Sinners, XYZ, them are bands that I still play to this day because they still are fantastic.
Well, the Heaven's Edge thing, I was really good friends with Gigi. Rest in peace, Gigi. He and I. So when I don't know if you know this story, but he got shot coming out of the Empire Rock Room, which was a club that we all played at and hung out at, by some guy with a shotgun. The funny story is I knew people at the hospital, like the nurses and stuff like that, so I was able to sneak in. He woke up and he goes, "Dude, my family couldn't even get in. How the heck did you get in here?"
Stop. Hey, I'm with Sic Vikki. I got to get in there,
Exactly. Hey, it's your bass playing brother, you know what I mean? It's like bass players unite, we kind of all stick together, I chat with a lot of the guys online that are, pretty famous, and a lot of them I've not met, but we know who each other are, which is cool, and I kind of dig that. And moving forward as we start touring and playing more shows again, let's see what happens. I'm hoping to, I'm talking to the guys about talking to Larry and maybe trying to get on work in the next year or two, or doing M3 or some of these other big festivals that are taking place in various places in the country, just to get the sound back out again.
Right, and like you said, right now is a perfect time. I've talked to other bands. I was gonna, help another band out, and some guys are like apprehensive. They re-released, like you reissued, Kiss Me in French. Sounds fantastic. It took away nothing, and it took off. Other bands have done the same thing. Hey, let's see what's out there. And they're not ready for what's out there. They're like, we don't feel like touring or doing anything. Well, this sound's coming back. You got to grab it while you can. because who knows how long it's going to last again. Last time it only lasted for, if you think about it, 5 years, 6 years tops. You know, you figure 80, I go 85 to 91 is when it was really big, you know, but it was 80 to 95, 95.
But you got to think about it though. All through the 70s, that whole rock glam thing was apart, where it really took the huge change and got the grunge sound and rap became more predominant and things like that. It was probably like 95, 96. You know, that everything kind of phased out at that point and kept moving forward. And now that 70s sound, look at bands like Dirty Honey, you know what I mean?
Dirty
Those guys
Honey.
have that classic. They got a classic great sound going on. And you know, when he go ahead.
No, you can even throw Greta Van Fleet in there for the haters.
Yeah.
You know,
for the haters. They're good. They're a good band. And as much as you think they sound like Zeppelin, I think they have enough of a unique sound that they just do it. They're good. You know, and like I mean, you remember a few years back when Wolfmother came out, they had that really deep 70s type tone as well, you know?
Right. I'm looking at Jim Turney. That's Jim Turney. He saw you guys last year when you guys were with Rat Rock.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, that was at the Union Fire Hall. We're doing a couple more shows. Actually, may I throw a couple of shows out there?
Hey, go ahead. I got the graphics ready.
Cool. So we're doing the Reckless Shepherd, as I think you just put up, which is the M3 pre-party joint where everybody goes to for M3. We're doing that next Saturday. July 8th, we're playing with a band called As We Become Ghosts and Nitro Nitro again at the Bar 13 in Wilmington, Delaware. And then the big one is going to be Hardy's out at in Frenchtown, New Jersey, with Heaven's Edge, T's Roughhouse. You know, those guys were freaking awesome. Yeah, man. Us, As We Become Ghosts, and there's a couple of other bands in there. It's going to start at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and go all night. It's going to be a great time, and it's going to be an outdoor gig too. You know what I mean? So the more the merrier. Come on out, drink, eat, have a good time.
You know, As We Become Ghosts, they're good friends of mine. Heaven's Edge, love them. I know a couple of guys in that. You know, it's just that is a great lineup. Though another thing about the July 17th show at Reckless Shepherd, that's a BLE event. That is a free show. 21 and over, but it's a free show. So there's no reason. I think it's a Saturday night, right?
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Saturday night. Free show, doesn't cost you anything. Instead of sitting on the couch drinking, go to the Reckless Shepherd. Uh-oh. You froze.
I froze. Am I back?
Okay, go ahead. You're back.
I said, and you go drink at the Reckless Shepherd and get yourself a tomahawk steak because they're bringing them in for Father's Day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you can get a great big old tomahawk steak.
Dude, one of the ones that freaking Fred Flintstone had, man. I mean,
exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, you mentioned, what do you call it, the early years, that album. That is basically demos, right?
It's all demos.
That was never all that overly produced.
It wasn't overproduced. There's songs on there that I think, like, this is my personal opinion, and you know, everybody can shoot me for it if they like. There's a song on there called Tears Like Rain, which I think would have been our 18 in life. I think it could have been larger than life with the proper production.
That is
and the
really
proper
good song.
Arrangement. Yeah, we did like Queen harmonies on that. There was like 12-part harmonies. We brought a violin player in to do stuff on that. It was a really, really cool experience to build that song up from nothing. And
that's one thing about Sic Vikki. You got the harmonies there, dude.
Yeah, that's something we were always good at. And you know, and here's a little teaser. You know, Rich and I are doing all the vocals right now, but there may be a change coming in the future that may bring some bigger harmonies back.
Wow.
So we're gonna see where this leads us, and I'll make an announcement in a few weeks after, probably a little bit after the Reckless Shepherd show. But there's some people that we've been talking to, and I've been learning some songs. We may be bringing them up with us to see how it goes.
There you go. New Sic Vikki. Is there a possible new Sic Vikki album in the works? EP, whatever, whatnot, singles?
Yeah, there's a few songs that we've been working on. Unfortunately, you know how it is nowadays. It's like we all have lives and we got to pay our bills, and so you got to do the day
Absolutely.
gig. And like I said, I'm sitting here in a suit talking to you, and I should be in my rock and roll attire, but you
Yeah.
got to do it where you got to do it where you can. You know what I mean?
You look marvelous.
So, and I got look at this behind me, man. I'm partying. We're good.
There you go.
But anyways, we have a couple of new songs. One of them was put on the early years. You can take a listen to it. It's called "Let Me Down Easy," and we've revamped that one. We have another new song out called "Pop Song." We've played it twice now. It's a song about writing a song that everybody likes, which is why we call it "Pop Song." And we're looking at being a little more modern, but keeping that old sound. You know what I mean?
Old sound. I know exactly what you mean. Some bands go off and they, I don't want to drop any names, but you know them for a certain sound and you love that sound. And then they go 30 years later and release an album. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not that sound. And I get it that you grow, but you gotta kind of don't go off in left field.
Yeah, you got to transition. If you're going to do that, you got to transition it. You got to kind of work your way through. You need a couple of records through to kind of get the fans to understand where you're heading, and that gives them the opportunity to like it or dislike it. You're going to get new fans and you're going to get old fans, no matter what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
We may, with our new lineup, the personalities are different. I'll run through that in a second. So the sound is a little bit different. The feel is a little bit different. You know what I mean? But the songs are still the same. So we have. So Rich and I are still together. This is 40 years, and we've been. I brought Rich into the band when he was 15 years old, and now here we are in our 50s, still doing it. And we have a dude on drums. Stevie. I invited Steve Salter to come back and play with us, but he declined. So we got a guy named Richie Salomon, who's just a phenomenal drummer, good showman. He's been playing with a Def Leppard tribute band for a while. He's got both arms though. Really? No, sorry. Did I say that? I'm sorry. And Eric Adz, who played on the second record for Sic Vikki, he's and Tony Annunziata had an accident years ago, so he can't really play anymore. He went back to school, got his doctorate. So he's actually he's a doctor at the VA in Boston for psychology, and he's helping all the vets out, which is really, really cool.
Awesome.
But we have this young dude in. He's actually a jazz keyboardist. His name's Keith Chasen, and he just kills it every single time.
Chasen.
His ideas are great. Yep, he's another Chasen.
Not related to Greg Chasen.
Nope, not related to Greg, Mark, or any of the other Chasens.
There's a couple Chasens out there. It's like when you say Chasen, it's like, what? Wait a minute.
Yep.
Oh,
we're like I said, we're just plugging through it. And like I said, maybe some new announcements coming up, member changes, member additions. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? I'm not going to throw anybody under the fire right now, but the Bar 13 show should be interesting if anybody wants to come out and check it out, because that'll be a first tryout.
I am trying to get there. Let me tell you, I am trying to make shows, and these three that are coming up. The June 17th show I can't do. I knew that about a month ago. July 8th and August 26th are still in play. I mean, until
all right,
but they're still in play, and I really, if I do make a show, it's gonna, because I want to see As We Become Ghosts, because I'm very good friends with Mickey and them guys, and Heaven's Edge. I like to see that. So if I do make a show, it's probably going to be the August 26th one.
That's just because, and I would suggest getting tickets sooner than later, because I think that one's probably going to sell out pretty quickly. Tickets are going. You know what I mean? I've heard good counts already. So it's probably in your best interest, if you're planning on coming, to grab them. Mike, if you get stuck, I'll try and help you out. Okay, I'll do what I can.
Hey man, I know. No, I figure that's going well, because Heaven's Edge, they released that album and it's doing freaking great. I mean, And like I said,
I hit
you and
Billboard right
Heaven's-
away. It's awesome.
Yeah, you and Heaven's Edge, Sic Vikki and Heaven's Edge have got that same punchy arena style sound that it's if you have not heard Sic Vikki and you're looking to hear, give me a couple songs that I need to hear. I don't want nobody but yours. Baby Talks Dirty or Tough Enough. Tough Enough is a great harmony song. It's the second song on Kiss Me in French. Her body complements the beat. I mean, the whole album is a great album, not a skippable track. You're not going to skip any. I guarantee it. If you do, come back, punch me in the face, tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not going to take a punch. I know this.
And they're available on Sic Vikki, but SicVikki.com, all one word.
SicVikki.com.
We have all the merch is up there. Early Years is up there. Kiss Me in French is up there. T-shirts, key fobs, posters, whatever you want. There's a bunch of stuff up there. But yeah, check out SicVikki.com. Yeah, key fobs, man. The old Sic Vikki logo. Yeah.
Did I see that? Because I was scrolling one day, and that must be what I saw that I didn't really. Okay, that's what I thought. It was a keychain. No,
it's just a key.
Okay,
it's just a key fob with a little loop on it. You can put your keys on it or something. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That was one of our old manager's ideas. And a lot of the stuff we have magnets too, and a lot of the times I just give the magnets away when somebody buys a T-shirt or something like that at a show.
Dude, and that key fob thing, the more out there, or not out there, the more different, I guess you could say it is, the more people are going to buy it. T-shirt, da-da-da-da-da-da. But then say you have a koozie. Oh, I want the koozie. Or this and that, or I want a T-shirt and a koozie. And you give me a key fob, nobody puts them out. I want that. I might have to go back to the website again. Thanks a lot. It was my bank account.
Hey, you go in and you buy stuff. I monitor the website myself and make sure that everything gets shipped out. So I'll make sure you get it.
Yeah. No, but go. I'll put the links up tomorrow on what you got. Facebook page, website, the graphics about what do you call it? Shows coming up, and there's more shows coming up that are in the works from what I'm hearing. So I mean, you guys aren't going away anytime soon.
No, we're not going away. We're gonna we're doing like one a month right now, just because that seems to be we're kind of sticking pretty local. You know what I mean? But if we can pull some further shows, like Maryland's the furthest we've gone so far, and like I said, we haven't played there in Maryland since Hammerjacks, and we opened for Kicks like 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
Didn't everybody open for Kicks back in Hammerjack?
I think everybody opened for Kicks at some point in time or another.
I mean, geez, every time I hear something, I opened for Kicks at Hammerjack. No shit, so did you. All right. Did they just
those guys are awesome. We've met them a couple of times. They're just the epitome of rock and roll musicians. I don't understand why they weren't larger than life. They should have been Motley Crue, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? They should have been that big.
It is all about, because people go, okay, you say Sic Vikki, and they go, I never heard of them. When did they come out? They come out in the 80s. Well, how did I not hear them? Well, because they weren't being pushed as much as the Motley Crue. I mean, they didn't have big record, the company going, this is what, just like TV shows. NBC pushes what they want you to see. ABC pushes what they want you to watch. If they want you to listen to Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, Rat, and Poison, they're going to push them and be in your face more than a Sic Vikki. If Sic Vikki was in your face, Heaven's Edge was in your face, guess what? You'd be listening to them. Because it's not like the sound quality anymore. Right. You sound just as good. You have the songs. The lyrics are there. The hooks, the looks. It's all there. It's just what the record company wants to spoon feed you.
It also has to do with management and the concessions that management is willing to do for the band. You know what I mean? It took us longer to get signed because we were working with Bela Coyne, who of Kiss and Billy Idol fame. He was one of our managers for a while, and some of the record companies didn't want to work with him, but he had done so much good with us that we kind of stood behind him. You know what I mean? So did we end up taking like a European record deal? Yeah. Could we have had Geffen Records 3 years earlier? Probably, but we wanted to keep going the direction we were taking because these people had helped us build what we were.
That's exactly
if you know what I mean.
right. I know exactly what you mean.
It's called loyalty.
Loyalty. Exactly. That's something that was non-existent in music back then. It's coming back now where, promoters, I do booking shows, I do a lot of different stuff, radio and stuff like that. And I try to keep my word. It's because all you are is one decision, one screw up away from being can't trust him. Or he doesn't keep his word. He doesn't do what he says he's going to do. So a lot of people now in the business, in radio, promotions, booking, management, they're a little more, we're weeding out the bad and showcasing the good.
And you know what I really like about the music? So in the 80s, it was very, very competitive. And now it's more like a big family.
It is.
Oh, thank you very much. So Uber's here? Okay, cool. Hey, Mike, I'm going to cut this short, but our Uber's here for dinner, so I got to come and catch with the guys here. But
all right.
It was very good speaking with you, and we'll definitely do this again when I want to get the guys together. We'll do like the whole band. I want to bring the whole guys in, and we'll have a nice conversation. You know what I mean?
We wanted to make sure you got out there, what shows you got coming up, and get people there, get people listening, get people to know.
Yeah, there's one coming up. I'm not sure of the date yet, but at the Landis Theater in Vineland, New Jersey, which is actually a really cool venue with a really nice sound system. So if you get a chance to come to that one, that's going to be kicking butt. I'm talking to Whiskey Grin right now about doing a show with those guys.
Great band. Band. Love them guys.
Yep. All right, man.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for taking.
I'm heading out. That's my bros right there, man. I'm taking them out. We're going to head out.
All right, brother. You have a great night. And thank you so much for doing this.
Anytime. Take care, man.
You too. All right. You heard it. Sic Vikki. He had a couple things come up and he did not want, he said something about loyalty in there. And it shows because he did still do this. Only had a half an hour to really do it, but he wanted to come in, talk, say a couple things, get it out there. And we will reschedule another one with Richie. Richie had a work thing come up, so he couldn't be here tonight. He really wanted to. Richie Cox, the lead singer, really wanted to be here with Pat. The drummer wants to be in on it, but he had something come up. It just was, timing was all off, but we had already scheduled this. And like Pat said, loyalty, your word. I would have totally understood if he wanted to reschedule, but he came on anyway. Hats off to him. Cheers to him. All right, I'm going to leave you. All right. And by the way, June, if you noticed, it booked right up. I got Wings of Steel coming up. The 22nd. Yeah, Parker and Leo from Wings of Steel coming up the 22nd. Next week, Eric from Bombay Black. They just released En Fuego, which is a fantastic record. Got them coming up next week. June 8th. June 8th. No, today's June 8th. June, whatever, 15th. June 29th. Victor Adriel from Lost Hearts. He's going to join. Might get JT and a couple of the other guys, Grady, in on it. We don't know yet. Victor said he's going to figure it out, but it'll at least be Victor. And then July 8th, which is a Saturday, 3:00 p.m., we're going to do an RFK Media thing, which is Ron Keel Records, Aaron Fisher, who is part of Ron Keel Records, RFK Media. He's going to be here. We're going to bring some guests on. They just released a compilation album. Remember them compilation albums like US Metal, and you get like 10, 15 different bands on one album, and you'd be able to, it was like a sampler. And they're so cool. I loved them. I always got them. And they did one that they have a bunch of artists on, like The Fifth, Pamela Moore, Deirdre, Snakebite, a couple other bands, a couple other artists, and they come to me and they asked me if, let's do a show. And I said, okay, let me put it together. So I've reached out to a couple people, can't announce anybody yet, but I got a couple people that I'm almost positive are going to be here, maybe a couple others. But July 8th, which is a Saturday, that's 3:00 p.m. So July is already going to start coming together. I've got people reaching out and I'm reaching out. That's going to load up. So we're back, baby. Rock with B-Rock, the little interviews every Thursday. We're back. I got the radio station all done, all wired up. It kind of goes by itself. I just got to mess with it here and there just to upload new music and keep it fresh, keep it going. But we're back doing the interviews. I want to there's so much new music coming out, man. It is just crazy on what's going on. And I want to get it in your ears, and I want to get it in your face, in your ears through the radio, in your face, interview the guys, get you to know them, and let's push them. Let's keep rock going. Rock is not dead. It's not dead. There's no way it's dead. It's only as alive as you keep it. If you keep it alive, it's alive. If you decide to not go to shows or not buy the music, you just killed it. So let's not kill it. All right. I'm going to leave you with a Sic Vikki song. That's right. A Sic Vikki song. Everybody loves Sic Vikki. This one is one of my favorites off Kiss Me in French. It's called I Don't Want Nobody But Yours. Listen to the lyrics. This is a punchy tune, man. If you've never heard Sic Vikki, this is one of the tunes you have to hear first. Great tune. Great band. Like I said, let's get the video. June 17th. Reckless Shepherd, Maryland. July 8th, Bar 13 in New Jersey. And Artie's, I think, is in New Jersey, Philadelphia. One of them. I don't know. But Heaven's Edge, Sic Vikki, Tease, As We Become Ghosts. As We Become Ghosts is on the other one, too. So they've got shows coming up. Big shows, good shows, great shows. And I think they're all Saturdays. So if they're all Saturdays, got no reason not to go. Everybody bitches that they don't have it's always on Thursday. These are Saturday shows, baby. For June, July, August. You got plans for the next 3 months. Cool. All right. You'll see me at one of them. I'm going to make it my best. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thanks to Pat Schumaker for Sic Vikki for being here. And we will reschedule. We will do it with the full band next time. So maybe look for that August, September, somewhere around there. But I leave you with I Don't Want Nobody But Yours. Y'all have a great night. Take care. Enjoy this tune. I know you will. Peace.
In the middle of the night, in a cold, cold sweat, I wake up and scream, 'cause I can't forget the way you took me, baby, the way you took me through and through. You're a dream come true. No one else will do. Come true. No one